Ladies and gentlemen, today we stand at a crossroads, a moment that requires us to look within and ask ourselves a crucial question: what kind of future do we want to build? We have been given a powerful gift, our ability to choose. It's a gift that allows us to shape our world, to carve a path toward the dreams and values we hold dear. The power of choice is one of the greatest gifts we possess. It's an ability that transcends circumstances, backgrounds, and limitations. It's the ability to define our path, to determine the course of our lives and the shape of our world. Every day, in every moment, we are presented with choices that can transform our reality. These choices, big and small, are the building blocks of our future. They define who we are and what we stand for. And in this critical moment, the power of choice has never been more significant. Choice is what separates us from a passive existence. It allows us to be active participants in our lives, not merely bystanders. We have the power to choose how we respond to the challenges we face, how we treat others, and how we navigate through the complexities of our world. This power does not rely on external circumstances. It is internal. It is ours to wield. It is the force that allows us to turn obstacles into stepping stones and setbacks into comebacks. In the context of this moment in history, our power of choice is amplified. We are not just choosing for ourselves, but for generations to come. The decisions we make today will ripple through time, affecting the lives of our children and their children. This is why we must approach our choices with intention and with a deep sense of responsibility. We are tasked with choosing leaders who will shape the policies, the culture, and the future of our nation. It's a decision that goes beyond party lines, beyond personal interests. It's about the kind of world we want to live in. Choice is the embodiment of freedom. It is the essence of what it means to be human. We can choose love over hate, courage over fear, and hope over despair. We can choose to rise above the divisions that seek to fragment our society. In exercising our power of choice, we assert our agency. We declare that we will not be dictated by the forces that try to sway us into cynicism or apathy. Instead, we will choose leaders who reflect our highest ideals and our deepest values. This power of choice is not always easy to exercise. Sometimes it requires us to stand in the face of adversity, to challenge the status quo, and to make decisions that are not popular or convenient. It calls on us to look beyond our immediate concerns and to consider the broader impact of our actions. It asks us to reflect on the kind of world we are building and the legacy we will leave behind. And in doing so, it demands courage. Courage to choose what is right over what is easy, what is just over what is expedient. When we truly understand the power of our choices, we begin to see that every decision is an opportunity. An opportunity to affirm our values, to express our beliefs, and to contribute to the collective well-being. It is through our choices that we find our voice and our place in the world. We become the authors of our own story, and together we co-author the story of our society. Our choices become the foundation upon which we build our communities, our institutions, and our future. The power of choice also brings with it a profound responsibility. It means that we cannot remain neutral or indifferent in the face of injustice or inequality. Our choices or our lack of them have consequences. They affect not only our lives, but the lives of others. They can either perpetuate systems of harm or become catalysts for change. This is why we must approach our choices with mindfulness and a sense of purpose. We must choose leaders who are committed to building a world where every individual is treated with dignity and respect. In moments of uncertainty, it is easy to feel powerless, as though the forces around us are too great to overcome. But it is precisely in these moments that our power of choice becomes most critical. It is the light that guides us through the darkness, the beacon that reminds us that we have agency. No matter how daunting the challenges before us may seem, we can choose our response. We can choose to act, to speak out, and to make our voices heard. The choices we make in the face of adversity define our character. They reveal who we are at our core and what we stand for. Are we driven by fear or by hope? Do we seek to divide or to unite? These are not just abstract questions, they are the essence of our collective journey. They are the questions that guide us as we step into the voting booth, as we engage in conversations with our neighbors, and as we envision the future we want to create. In choosing our leaders, we are not merely selecting individuals to hold office. We are choosing the values we want to see reflected in our society. We are choosing the vision that will guide us forward. It is a decision that carries weight, for it will shape the policies and priorities that affect every aspect of our lives, from healthcare and education to justice and equality. It is a choice that speaks to the kind of nation we aspire to be. Our power of choice is a reminder that we are not helpless in the face of challenges. We have the capacity to shape our destiny and to influence the course of history. This is not a time for resignation or defeat. It is a time for bold and deliberate action. It is a time to stand in our power and to choose leaders who will lead with integrity, compassion, and a commitment to the common good. When we exercise our power of choice, we declare our intention to be agents of change. We affirm our belief in the possibility of a better, more just, and more inclusive world. And in doing so, we inspire others to do the same. We create a ripple effect that can transform our communities and our nation. This is the power we hold in our hands. This is the power of choice. Choosing joy and hope is not just an emotional response, it is a deliberate and courageous act. It means looking at the world around us with all its complexities and challenges and deciding that we will not be defined by despair. It means rising above the negative forces that try to pull us down and embracing a vision of what can be rather than being consumed by what is. Choosing joy and hope is about seeing possibility where others see limitation. It's about understanding that joy is not simply the absence of pain or struggle, but a state of being that we can cultivate even in the face of adversity. When we choose joy, we choose to see the light in the darkness. We choose to focus on the things that lift us up and give us strength. Joy is a powerful force that can transform our outlook and our actions. It is not about ignoring the difficulties or pretending that everything is perfect. Rather, it is about finding moments of light and gratitude amidst the chaos. It's about recognizing the beauty and potential in each day, no matter how small or fleeting it may seem. By choosing joy, we create a space within ourselves where positivity can grow and flourish. Hope, like joy, is an active choice. It is not a passive wish for things to get better, but a firm belief that they can. Hope propels us forward. It gives us the strength to keep going, even when the road ahead is uncertain. Choosing hope means refusing to give in to cynicism and pessimism. It means holding on to the belief that change is possible, that progress can be made, and that the future can be brighter than the past. Hope is the spark that ignites action, the force that drives us to work towards a better world. In times of turmoil, choosing joy and hope can feel like a radical act. It can feel as though we are going against the tide, as though we are choosing to see light in a world that seems shrouded in shadow. But this choice is precisely what makes it so powerful. When we choose joy and hope, we are choosing to rise above the noise of negativity and to claim our power to shape our reality. We are saying that we will not be defined by the circumstances we find ourselves in, but by how we respond to them. Choosing joy and hope is not a denial of reality. It is not about closing our eyes to the injustices, the pain, and the challenges that exist. On the contrary, it is about facing these truths head-on with the determination to make a difference. It is about acknowledging the difficulties while also believing in the possibility of transformation. When we choose joy and hope, we become beacons for others. We inspire those around us to look beyond the immediate and to see the potential for growth, healing, and change. Joy and hope are not just personal choices, they are collective ones. When we choose leaders who embody joy and hope, we choose a path that leads to unity, collaboration, and progress. We choose a vision of society where people are lifted up, where diversity is celebrated, and where compassion guides our decisions. Leaders who radiate joy and hope create environments where people feel empowered and valued. They foster communities where everyone has the opportunity to thrive, where the future is shaped by the dreams and aspirations of all. Choosing joy and hope means rejecting the narratives of division and fear that seek to divide us. It means recognizing that while we may have differences, our shared humanity is far greater than what separates us. It is about understanding that joy is not a limited resource, but something that grows when it is shared. When we come together in joy and hope, we create a powerful force for good. We build bridges instead of walls, and we open doors instead of closing them. We create a society where love and kindness are at the forefront of our interactions. Hope is what gives us the strength to keep pushing forward, even when the path is steep and the journey is long. It is the quiet confidence that tells us that every step we take, no matter how small, is moving us toward a brighter future. When we choose hope, we choose to see setbacks not as failures, but as opportunities to learn and grow. We choose to believe that every challenge we face is a chance to become stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Hope is the anchor that keeps us grounded while we navigate the storms of life. Joy, on the other hand, is what fuels our spirit. It is the energy that sustains us, the light that keeps us going. Joy can be found in the simplest of moments: a smile, a kind word, a shared laugh. It reminds us that life, with all its ups and downs, is a gift to be cherished. When we choose joy, we infuse our lives with positivity and possibility. We become magnets for good things because we are open to receiving them. Joy creates a ripple effect, touching the lives of those around us and spreading warmth and light. Choosing joy and hope is also about embracing our power to create change. It is about understanding that our choices matter, that our actions have the potential to make a difference. When we choose to approach life with a spirit of joy and hope, we open ourselves up to new possibilities. We become co-creators of a world that reflects these values. Our joy becomes a source of inspiration, our hope a source of strength for others. In choosing joy and hope, we are choosing to be part of the solution, to be agents of positive change. This choice is not always easy. There will be times when it feels difficult to find joy, when hope seems distant. But it is in these moments that our choice matters most. It is in these moments that we must dig deep and hold on to the belief that joy and hope are not just fleeting emotions, but enduring states of being that we can cultivate. They are choices that we can make again and again, every single day. By choosing joy and hope, we set a powerful intention for our lives and for the world we wish to create. A historic moment is more than a mere event on the timeline. It is a convergence of people, ideas, and emotions that signals a change in the course of history. It is a time when the choices we make have the power to reshape the future. These moments are rare, and they carry with them a weight of significance that echoes far beyond the present. They are the turning points where the actions we take and the decisions we make will be remembered, not just for what they meant in the here and now, but for how they set the stage for what is to come. In a historic moment, we find ourselves standing at the crossroads where our choices will define not only our own lives, but the collective narrative of society. In these moments, the air feels different. There's a palpable sense of urgency and anticipation. The eyes of the world are watching, and the hearts of the people are beating in unison with hope, fear, and determination. A historic moment calls upon us to step into our highest selves, to look beyond our individual desires and consider the broader impact of our actions. It is a call to unity, to courage, and to the relentless pursuit of what is right. Such moments demand more from us. They require us to rise above complacency and to engage with the world in a way that is both deliberate and profound. Historic moments often arise out of struggle and adversity. They are born in the crucible of conflict, in the tension between what is and what could be. They emerge when people come together to confront the injustices and inequities of their time, when they refuse to accept the status quo and instead envision a new reality. These moments are marked by the bravery of individuals and communities who dare to stand up and speak out, who challenge the systems that have held them back. It is in these instances that the seeds of change are planted, that the groundwork for a new chapter is laid. A historic moment is also a testament to the power of collective action. It is a reminder that while each of us may be just one voice, together we are a chorus that can move mountains. It is the realization that our combined efforts, our shared vision, can create a force so powerful that it shifts the very foundations of society. In a historic moment, we see the convergence of countless acts of courage, compassion, and conviction. We see the ways in which ordinary people can come together to achieve extraordinary things, to leave a legacy that will be felt for generations. Yet these moments are not always recognized in the instant they occur. Sometimes it is only in hindsight that we can truly appreciate their magnitude. It is only after the dust has settled that we can look back and see how a single moment in time sparked a movement, how a single choice changed the course of history. This is what makes historic moments so profound. They remind us of the fluidity of time, of the interconnectedness of past, present, and future. They remind us that every action we take is part of a larger story, one that is still being written. In a historic moment, we are not just witnesses, we are participants. We are active agents in the unfolding of history. Our voices, our choices, our actions all contribute to the shaping of this moment. It is an opportunity to assert our values, to declare what we stand for and what we are willing to fight for. It is a time when neutrality is not an option, when silence speaks as loudly as words. We are called to engage with the world around us, to be part of the dialogue and the decision-making process that will determine the future. These moments often come with a mix of emotions, hope and fear, joy and sorrow, excitement and uncertainty. They challenge us to confront our own beliefs and biases, to stretch beyond our comfort zones. A historic moment can be a time of great tension, as different visions for the future clash and vie for dominance. But it is also a time of great possibility, a time when new ideas can take root, when new paths can be forged. It is a reminder that change, though often difficult, is an essential part of growth and progress. A historic moment is also an invitation to reflect on our past. It is an opportunity to honor the struggles and sacrifices of those who came before us, who paved the way for the freedoms and opportunities we enjoy today. It is a time to learn from history, to understand the mistakes and the triumphs that have shaped our journey. By looking back, we gain the perspective needed to move forward with wisdom and with a deeper sense of purpose. We realize that we are part of a continuum, that the decisions we make now will influence the generations that follow. In these moments, leadership is crucial. It is a time when leaders must rise to the occasion, not with rhetoric and platitudes, but with a clear vision and a steadfast commitment to justice and progress. True leaders understand the gravity of a historic moment. They know that the choices they make will be scrutinized, that their actions will set the tone for what is to come. They lead not for themselves, but for the greater good, for the future they wish to create. They inspire others to join them on this journey, to take up the mantle of change and to work together towards a common goal. A historic moment also serves as a reminder of our shared humanity. It highlights the ways in which we are connected, the ways in which our fates are intertwined. In these times, we are reminded that our differences, while real and important, are secondary to the fundamental truth that we are all in this together. It is a call to empathy, to understanding, and to solidarity. It is a reminder that when we stand together, when we lift each other up, we have the power to create a world that reflects the best of who we are. As we navigate through a historic moment, we are faced with difficult choices. There is often a temptation to retreat into what is familiar, to cling to the past rather than embrace the uncertainty of change. But it is precisely in these moments that we must summon the courage to take bold steps forward. It is a time to dream big, to imagine a future that is more just, more equitable, and more inclusive. It is a time to challenge ourselves to be better, to do better, for the sake of those who will inherit the world we leave behind. A historic moment is a reminder that history is not a static record of the past, but a living, breathing process that we are all a part of. It is a reminder that the future is not set in stone, that it is something we create through our actions and our choices. We are the architects of our destiny, the authors of our collective story. In a historic moment, we are given the chance to make a difference, to leave our mark on the world. We are given the chance to be part of something greater than ourselves, to contribute to the shaping of a future that reflects our highest ideals. The importance of representation cannot be overstated. Representation is about visibility, voice, and the validation of experiences. It is the acknowledgement that every individual, regardless of their background, culture, race, gender, or orientation, deserves to be seen, heard, and valued in society. When we talk about representation, we are talking about the presence and participation of diverse groups in all areas of life, from media and politics to education and business. It is not merely about filling quotas or checking boxes. It is about fostering an environment where all people feel included and empowered. Representation shapes how we perceive ourselves and others, and it plays a crucial role in building a more equitable and just world. When individuals see themselves reflected in media, leadership positions, or cultural narratives, it affirms their identity and experiences. It sends a powerful message that they matter, that their stories are worth telling. For too long, many groups have been underrepresented or misrepresented, leading to a sense of invisibility and marginalization. This lack of representation can have profound effects on self-esteem, aspirations, and societal perceptions. When people do not see themselves in positions of influence or power, it can create a sense of limitation, a belief that certain paths are not available to them. Representation breaks down these barriers, showing that there is no single narrative or way of being that defines success or worth. In politics, representation ensures that the interests and concerns of all groups are heard and addressed. A government that reflects the diversity of its people is better equipped to serve its citizens effectively and equitably. When leaders come from a variety of backgrounds, they bring with them a wealth of perspectives and experiences that can inform more inclusive policy making. They understand the unique challenges faced by different communities and can advocate for solutions that address these specific needs. Representation in politics fosters trust in the system, as people feel their voices are genuinely included in the decision-making process. It moves us closer to a society where power is not concentrated in the hands of a few, but shared among many. Representation is not just about visibility, it is also about voice and agency. It means having the power to tell one's own story, to shape the narrative rather than having it imposed by others. When people have the opportunity to speak for themselves, they can convey the full complexity of their experiences, they can highlight the diversity within their communities and push back against monolithic portrayals. This agency is crucial for creating a more accurate and inclusive representation that reflects the realities of people's lives. It allows for a multiplicity of voices to be heard, ensuring that the conversation is richer and more reflective of the world we live in. Furthermore, representation is about creating role models and leaders for future generations. When young people see individuals who look like them achieving success in various fields, it expands their sense of what is possible. It tells them that they too can aspire to greatness regardless of the obstacles they may face. Role models who come from diverse backgrounds provide inspiration and guidance, showing young people that they are not alone in their journey. They offer a roadmap for navigating the challenges of pursuing one's dreams, especially in spaces where they may be underrepresented. Representation creates a legacy of empowerment, where each generation builds on the achievements of those who came before them. The importance of representation extends to fostering empathy and understanding across different communities. When we see and hear the stories of people who are different from us, it broadens our perspective and challenges our assumptions. It allows us to see the humanity in others, to recognize our shared struggles and aspirations. This empathy is crucial for building a more inclusive and just society. It encourages us to move beyond the limitations of our own experiences and to advocate for the rights and dignity of all people. Representation, therefore, is not just about lifting up those who have been marginalized, it is about creating a society where everyone is seen and valued. Representation is also a matter of justice. It is about addressing historical inequalities and ensuring that all people have an equal opportunity to participate in all aspects of society. For too long, certain groups have been excluded from positions of power and influence, leading to systemic disparities in access to resources, opportunities, and rights. Representation seeks to correct this imbalance by actively including those who have been marginalized. It is about creating a level playing field where everyone has a fair chance to succeed. This is not only a moral imperative, but also a practical one, as a more inclusive society is a stronger and more resilient one. In conclusion, representation is not just a concept, it's a fundamental pillar of a fair and inclusive society. It's about ensuring that every person, regardless of their background, has the opportunity to be seen, heard, and valued. By actively including diverse voices in media, politics, education, and the workplace, we break down barriers, challenge stereotypes, and foster a culture where everyone can thrive. Representation shapes how we perceive ourselves and others, affirming our identities and expanding the realm of what's possible. It drives empathy, understanding, and justice, creating a world where diversity is not just acknowledged but celebrated. As we strive for greater representation, we are not just lifting individuals, we are building a more equitable future for all.